Hi guys, how are we today? So today I want to give you guys a few tips to study for your PSI exam for real estate. If you guys have been following me, you know that I went through Weichert Real Estate School. I took the course and then I took the PSI exam to become a real estate agent, of course, obviously. So first things first is the number one tip is you're gonna need discipline. Discipline. You got to discipline yourself to sit down. You got to put down that iPhone, put down that iPad, that MacBook, and you got to study. You just got to study. There's no way around it. You got to study. Fortunately for me, I'm like a professional studier, I would say. For all you guys who went to college or in college, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You sit down and you cram for like 8 or 10 hours at a time until all the information is in your brain. So that's the number one tip, is discipline yourself and study. Number two, gather all your notes from real estate school. Now this is my book from Weichert, and this one says Essentials of New Jersey Real Estate. Now if you went to Weichert Real Estate School, whatever state that you took the exam in, it's going to say Essentials of New York, Essentials of Pennsylvania. And if you didn't do your exam or you didn't take your course at Weichert Real Estate School, that's cool too. My tips going to still help you. So I have lots of notes. So number two, grab all your notes from real estate school. All your notes. Because it doesn't matter if you're in high school, college, or you're in trade school, or you're taking real estate courses. Anytime an instructor knows that you're going to need to know something that is going to benefit you, they always say, write this down. Make sure you write that down. Always. So every time you hear, or if you're in the midst of taking a course and you hear your instructor say, you better write that down, you better pick your pen up and you better write it down. So I got all my notes, and anything that my instructor stressed that we write down, your girl wrote it down. So with those notes, I studied those. So that's number two, grab all your notes from your course, of course. Number three. Now, at the end of each chapter, there are like little quizzes. So, let's see. There are review questions. I go through each review question and make sure I know it. Now, this book that I have has about 23 chapters, so I went through each chapter's review questions and made sure I knew it. If I didn't know it, I wrote it down on a sheet of paper and then I like studied it until I knew it. And then at the end of the book, there's 2 full-size exams, so I went through those too. I did the full-size exams as well, and I made sure I knew everything from the review questions. It seemed like everything on those review questions and those 2 exams in the back, especially if you're doing a Weichert real estate course. Listen up, pay attention. Those review questions and those long exams in the back, I'm telling you, that's all I studied. And I studied like a few notes that my instructor gave us, like the stuff that she told us to write down. And I passed the PSI exam. So that is number 3. Do all the review questions in the book and do the long full exams at the end of the book as well. And number 4, I know that they have, if you go to the PSI website, they have like practice exams that you can do, but it costs, I think it's like $25. If I'm not mistaken. It could be more, it could be less, and you could practice those as well. But those are like basically the things that I did to study. So I hope that this helps. Just make sure that you study. There's no way of getting around studying. If you don't know it, you're not going to be able to answer the questions correctly and you're not going to pass. That's that, point blank, period. So for all you potential real estate agents, all you guys that want to get out here and get into this real estate market, I wish you nothing but luck and success, and just make sure you put in the work. And I will be making more videos about real estate. If you have any questions about real estate that you want to know, even though I'm a novice, I could probably give you guys, some things from my own experience. Some things that you're curious about. If you're new or you're inquiring about taking an exam or you're thinking about taking the course, let me know in the comment section. I will answer all your questions. if you have your 2 cents to put in it about how you should study or give out tips because you took the exam as well and you passed, put those in the comments too, because I'm sure other people want to know as well. So I hope everybody has a nice and blessed day today. Continue working hard and following your dreams.